In our business, there's a phrase, never work with kids or dogs. Their star simply shines too bright. But we've got to tell you the story of Paris, the therapy poodle, who in Lewis is changing lives, one pet at a time. This is Paris, full name Grand Champion Dominion Fabulous. Weekly being a champion for people's hearts at the Lewis Senior Activity Center.
I'm grieving a loved one that has recently passed away, and this is the best medicine, being around a dog.
Yeah, want to visit? Okay.
Paris is a certified therapy dog. She and her mom, Joan, spend time here, bringing a special calm and joy that only our four-legged friends can bring.
They both smile, and they connect. They really do.
Joan and Paris also go to Delaware Hospice, where Paris brings peace.
Good girl. I remember a patient that we visited who was really at end of life, and he hadn't spoken to anybody or reacted to anybody, but they did know that he loved dogs. So they asked me if I would bring her to his room, and I did. And they just took his hand and put his hand on her, and he actually opened his eyes and smiled and said hi.
Whatever door Paris walks through, tail wagging and with those soulful puppy dog eyes, she uses her four paws to help people take a different type of pause.
You know, she makes everybody just stop, take a breath, and kind of refocus on what's important, just being, I think she's really about taking care of yourself.
An indefinable but undeniable type of healing exemplified only by man's best friend.
Paris, you are so sweet.
For Coastal Connections, I'm Madeline Overturf.
You are something else.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as one day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
Hey Delaware, Bet Rivers and Valley Casino are bringing betting on football to your phone. From props and in-game betting to the spread and the money line, it's all on your phone and it's all a touchdown. Plus, right now when you sign up, you'll get a second chance bet of up to $500. So huddle up Delaware with Bet Rivers, Valley Casino, and football on your phone. Download the app today.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as one day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
We are approaching 6:17. We're now getting a live look on this Thursday morning near the banks of the Choptank River there in Cambridge. And Bob, we see a watery scene there, but we're expecting some dry conditions for our area today, at least.
Yeah, really not bad, but it's tomorrow. That's going to be the wet one, Matt, as we're looking at a yellow alert for rain. That will be heavy at times, we think, as we go into that time period. Here is the storyline. It will be a chilly day. Remember, yesterday was in the 50s to close to 60 degrees. Not today. It will be a little cooler with highs only into the 40s. Then Friday, it is a yellow alert day for rain, and that will be steady to maybe heavy at times as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. But right now, out the door, it's cold, a lot colder than yesterday at this time. Yesterday it was in the 40s. Today we're in the 20s and 30s, 34 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, 27 in Georgetown, 28 in Seaford, 26 in Delmarva. So we are scraping some frost out there this morning. So leave extra time to warm up the car and get things going. We're looking at light winds right now, and we're looking at clear skies all across Delmarva, and we are looking at quiet conditions as well around the D.C. area for search and rescue efforts with the plane crash there. And the weather will cooperate as we are looking at clear skies and light winds now all across the mid-Atlantic region as we have high pressure building into the area. You can see it's very quiet all across much of the area. And then we're looking at low pressure developing now across Texas. And you see all this rain through Dallas into the Central Plains. They could be looking at severe weather as we go into the latter part of the day across the deep south. In the colder air, it's snow across Canada. But this low will be tracking our way as we go through time, increasing our rain chances as we go into Friday. But it's a frosty start this morning and really a chilly day. We only get above freezing mid-morning, and by noon it's basically still into the upper 30s. Then we get into the low to mid-40s as we go into the mid-afternoon hours. Maybe a little warmer inland areas, a little cooler at the beaches. Then the clouds start to increase as we go through this evening. And then by midnight we're seeing temperatures in the 30s and low 40s. And I don't think it's going to be cold enough for any frozen precipitation, just a cold rain developing after midnight. And then that rain gets steady to maybe heavy at times as we go into the morning hours tomorrow. Looks like a messy commute, but temperatures well above freezing, so no ice concerns. By noon, it's mid-50s. The rain continues heavy at times, could see some flooding in poor drainage areas, and that rain continues into Friday evening. And then we finally do start to clear it out as we go into Friday night. Could be a good soaking of rain, maybe an inch and a quarter to maybe an inch and a half of rain. So that'll probably finish off the rest of the snow that we have out there right now. As the winds will be gusty coming in out of the southwest as we go into Friday, bringing in all that moisture and the warm air. Those winds could be gusting to 30 miles per hour at times, even as we go into very early Saturday morning. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Today, 46, so if you have those outdoor chores, I would go ahead and get them done because we have a yellow alert for Friday with the rain, 57, and then it clears out on Saturday. Looking good for the job fair in Georgetown, 46 degrees. Groundhog Day Sunday, 48. And then, boy, it's feeling like spring Monday, 61. And then it's a cool down and staying dry Tuesday and Wednesday with highs in the low 50s.
Thank you, Bob. The Music School of Delaware is celebrating 100 years of excellence in music education. The nonprofit school first opened in Wilmington in 1924, and it eventually merged with the Delaware Music School in Milford. It is the only statewide accredited community school in the nation, and for decades the school has offered private and group lessons, ensembles, choir opportunities, and more. But faculty say an emphasis on accessibility to music for all ages and abilities makes the school unique.
Community is really, really important to us. So it's not only community within the employees and the staff within the faculty, but community within the students as well, in the student body. And we also really like to take our education, our outreach into our surrounding communities.
The school is hosting a series to celebrate its centennial milestone. It includes more than 10 music performances in the state, and that will be free to the public.
Coming up, don't let food-borne illness from spoiling your fun. We have tips for you from health experts on how to keep your Super Bowl food safe. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckvac.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckvac.com now.
Is your home's heating system keeping you comfortable or leaving you in the cold? At Chagrin Home Comfort Products, we carry the latest in comfort innovation. Variable speed heat pumps and furnaces from Lennox. Like adjusting a dimmer switch to only use the light you need, variable speed technology delivers just the right amount of heat, saving you energy and maximizing efficiency. Ready to take control of your home's comfort and reduce your energy costs? Stop in one of our local showrooms or give us a call at 302-644-7700 to see how Chagrin Home Comfort Products can warm up your home.
Food Bank of Delaware is kicking off its 3rd annual Super Bowl food drive. From now until Super Bowl Sunday, you can help tackle hunger by donating canned soup. All donations benefit those in need at the Food Bank's Newark and Milford pantries. You can drop off donations at collection boxes, or get this, you can even collect soup at your Super Bowl party. Overall goal is to have 2,025 pounds of soup by February 17th.
The USDA has tips for keeping your Super Bowl food safe. Its Food Safety and Inspection Service says cooked snacks can't be at room temperature for more than 2 hours. They need to be under 40 degrees or over 140 degrees to prevent foodborne illnesses. The service recommends using insulated containers to pick up takeout. It suggests bringing out food in stages rather than letting it stay out the whole game. And the service also suggests using a food thermometer and, of course, wash your hands regularly.
We are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. We got a good January day to walk off those calories in advance of eating all that.
It's always
that food
good.
looked good, didn't it?
It's always good preparation.
It's probably not very healthy, but
That's okay.
Usually healthy food doesn't taste good, usually. But anyway, yeah, you'll want to walk briskly on the beaches today because it's going to be chilly. Assateague and Chincoteague were just above freezing early on. Then we're into the low 40s, but at least the winds are light. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, similar conditions. Sunshine and then increasing clouds later in the day with temperatures in the low 40s. Cambridge the next 3 days, dry today and chilly, but then rain on Friday. And then Saturday is chillier, 46. Crisfield today, 45. A wet Friday and then a drier weekend, and it is a yellow alert tomorrow for that rain. It will be a soaking rain. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, there was a mid-air collision between an American Airlines regional jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter in Washington, D.C. We'll tell you what officials are currently saying about the situation.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empower children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by Coast TV.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah,
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Now on Coast TV News.
Air collision in D.C. This is a developing story where the search effort stands after a jet and a helicopter crashed into the Potomac River.
Plaza's Ocean City checkout with the demolition of a hotel, what the town is planning for this site in a prime location.
Winery moves closer to reopen. We look at the issues with Twin Branch and Milton and the next step to resuming its tasting room services.
A dry, chilly day is in store for Delmarva. Now we're shifting our attention to a system across Texas. And this will bring a soaking rain for Friday. I'll pinpoint it on Futurecast coming up.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And we're going to continue with our breaking news in this half hour this morning. You're looking at a live shot of the search and rescue operation underway in the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. This after a mid-air collision between an American Airlines regional jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. This is near Reagan, Washington National Airport. It happened Wednesday night.
American Airlines confirmed in a statement that 60 passengers and 4 crew members were on board that plane. And NBC News is reporting 12 bodies have been recovered. That Black Hawk helicopter had 3 people on board.
We also have video we got about 4 hours ago. Boats, part of this effort in the river. They're looking for survivors. And according to the Metropolitan Police Department and D.C. Fire and EMS, several agencies are coordinating a search and rescue operation.
Now, water temperature is about 36 degrees at the closest buoy to the crash site. And at this temperature, a person would likely become unconscious in 15 to 30 minutes. Just a few hours ago, District of Columbia's officials gave the first update following that mid-air collision.
So it's a highly complex operation. The conditions out there are extremely rough for the responders. It's cold. They're dealing with relatively windy conditions. Wind is hard out on the river. So they're out there working. We're doing everything we can to keep them safe.
And the National Transportation Safety Board has already launched a GO team to investigate that crash.
And as we approach the 6:30 mark on this Thursday morning, crews have been working on that river for well over 7 hours now.
And as we turn to our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trahey, water temperature, it's a big concern for that search operation. And we just checked, Reagan National Airport will be closed until at least 11 a.m.
Yeah, that's good information to know with Reagan National Airport closed till late morning. I do want to mention, too, that the weather will cooperate. We've got high pressure in place, so around D.C. for the search and recovery efforts, we are looking at clear skies, light winds to help with that. So at least the weather will not be hindering that situation. We are looking at quieter conditions across Delmarva as high pressure builds into the area. And that's keeping us clear today, but we're watching this system across Texas. A lot of rain across the southern plains and central plains, and that will be headed our way as we go into tomorrow. But it's cold and frosty this morning. Get out the ice scraper. 26 in Salisbury, 27 in Georgetown, Redden 27, 34 in Rehoboth and Bethany Beach. And we're looking at very light winds right now, so we're not really dealing with wind chill, just cold conditions with temperatures below freezing now. We creep above that freezing mark as we head into the mid-morning hours. We're looking at clear skies. It's still pretty cold by noon, only into the upper 30s. So stay in the sun and out of the wind if you can. And the winds won't be strong today. They'll be light and variable. And by mid-afternoon, we're looking at temperatures into the 40s, maybe some colder 30s at the beaches. Then this evening, we will start to increase the clouds ahead of that next system that will bring us to rain on Friday. If you're riding the ferry up to Cape May, it's cold. It'll be sunny and the winds will be light. So that's good. The wave's not too big. We're looking at sunshine, temperatures in the 30s to around 40 degrees by 1 o'clock.
Thank you, Bob. The Twin Branch Winery in Milton just cleared a major hurdle after being shut down for more than a year. That winery was open, but did not have the right allowances to have tastings or events.
And on Tuesday, Sussex County approved a conditional use permit. So the winery can have those events and reopen, but Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us there are still more on the to-do list.
After nearly 14 months of working and waiting, the Twin Branch Winery is now one step closer to welcoming customers.
I almost jumped out of my seat in the county chamber. It was just such a great feeling.
The owners say it's been a long time coming.
Our public support was very good, but what changed was we just went through the process. And that's what it takes, and it's a long process.
But it's not over yet. The Twin Branch Winery passed its sprinkler inspection and secured a conditional use permit, both required for reopening. But they still need approval of their site plans from Planning and Zoning and approval from the Delaware Alcoholic Beverage Commission. General Manager Katie Hart says they're hopeful.
We're just very excited to kind of get past the biggest hurdle and get towards the next step into reopening.
And that the downtime has been useful.
There's a lot of things that we've been doing. We put up a whole new website in the time that we were closed. So we've done a lot of work behind the scenes.
The Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission are expected to vote on the winery site plan in a meeting on Wednesday, February 5th. For Coast TV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
If all goes according to plan with the site plans and the inspection from the ABC, the winery plans to open its doors just in time for Valentine's Day on February 13th. And new this morning, Delaware lawmakers are working on a plan to fix staffing shortages in schools and state agencies. State Senator Eric Buxton introduced Senate Bill 52 to change the rules for retired state workers who want to come back to work. Right now, they have to wait 6 months and can't earn more than $50,000. Buxton's plan would cut that wait to 3 months and remove the pay cap. He says this would help fill job openings and keep experienced workers on the job.
Got developing news in Dover, and that's where a city council member is among 6 men arrested. This was during a prostitution bust by Dover police. The police there say 74-year-old William Hare, he represents Dover's 2nd District, was charged with patronizing a prostitute. Hare was released on a criminal summons. Police say the targeted operation was part of an overall effort to deter both those offering and soliciting such services.
Whoever you are, no matter what your status is, we're going to handle the law, or we're going to enforce the law appropriately.
And the Dover Police Department said it is working with the Delaware Department of Justice to crack down on prostitution-related offenses throughout the city and the state. Dover's mayor had no comment on Hare's arrest.
A historic hotel in Ocean City is coming down. Demolition is underway on the Beach Plaza Hotel, which was built back in 1953. There were plans to turn that hotel into a Margaritaville resort, but while the town manager, Terry McGee, confirms there is an approved site plan for the hotel, it is not a Margaritaville branded hotel. No building permit has been submitted for it. While it is just rubble now, a local historian told Coast TV that Beach Plaza used to be a classy destination right there in Ocean City. We are now taking a live look outside at our nation's capital, where President Trump signed the first law of his 2nd term on Wednesday.
Yeah, Lisa, that is the Laken-Riley Act that's now signed into law. The immigration detention measure is named for a nursing school student who was murdered last year by an illegal migrant. The legislation is aimed at clamping down on people in the U.S. illegally who commit any crime that causes death or serious bodily injury. The Laken-Riley Act passed the House of Representatives by a vote of 263 to 156. 46 Democrats joined all Republicans in supporting the measure.
President Trump also signed an executive order on Tuesday to restrict gender transitions for minors. The order seeks to end federal support for medical procedures aimed at altering sex or gender, which includes surgery or the use of puberty blockers or sex hormones. This action impacts minors, anyone under the age of 19 years old. The order calls for the Secretary of Health and Human Services to, quote, take all appropriate actions to end the use of gender-affirming care for young people. It also instructs the agency to withdraw its guidance on gender-affirming care and patient privacy. 26 states have passed bans on gender-affirming health care for transgender children and teenagers. And coming up next, growing fears over bird flu, the precautions health officials are encouraging poultry producers to take to stop the spread. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders.
At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Taylor Swift entering the professional football world was massive.
It's been a perfect storm. Viewership is money.
It instantly created this sense of FOMO for everyone.
The Swift Effect, Episode 2, The Swift Effect on the NFL. This Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on CoastTV by Pohanka Kia. Come experience the Pohanka difference.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Coming up on 6:39 on this clear and cold Thursday morning, dry roads on the Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury. It's 26 degrees there right now, so this is a far cry from yesterday's 40s. So we're frosty this morning. 27 Georgetown, Seaford 27, 28 in Milton, mid-30s from Ocean City up to Rehoboth. And thankfully the winds are calm, so we're not talking about wind chill. We are looking at clear skies all across Delmarva. And as I mentioned earlier, around a crash site in D.C., the weather is cooperating with search and rescue efforts there, as we're looking at clear skies all across the area, and that'll be the case really much of the day. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos. It's a cold start. Make sure they're bundled up. Hats, scarves, gloves, 27 degrees. And then still chilly heading home. At least it'll be mostly sunny and 45. In case you missed it earlier, our umbrella winner is Jamie Skinner from Ocean Pines, Maryland. Congratulations to Jamie on her new umbrella from Paul Davis and CoastTV.
As bird flu continues to spread, including here on Delmarva, health officials encourage poultry producers to take extra precautions like washing boots and changing your footwear or covers. We spoke with the woman in Felton who says she's very intentional about which boots she wears around her chickens and which she wears out in public.
Make sure that we only use boots that are like for our flock, like when we're taking care of the flock. We don't really wear them out in public or anything like that.
Another guideline from the Maryland Department of Natural Resources is limiting how many people step onto your property and cover feed to prevent wild birds from accessing it.
If you plan on attending the Polar Bear Plunge this weekend in Rehoboth Beach, we have some information for you. Key here is to be sure to plan your parking and transportation ahead of time. Parking is free, but we do know spots are limited. And if you want to jump in the ocean with our own Charlie Sakaitis, you can register ahead of time online. Be sure to stay after for the parties that are taking place. Now, this is all for a great cause, benefiting Special Olympics. The event includes a weekend of fun activities. Actually, there's a 5K run on Saturday, and I will be the MC for that.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning. Smyrna Wrestling hoping to move above 500 while taking on Polytech last night. On the wrestling mats we go in the Henlopen Conference. Smyrna visiting Polytech, starting off in the 106 weight class. It's going to be Antonio Carinante of Polytech battling Michael Pearson. Pearson gets the pin to win the Eagles' first match of the night. Score 6-0. To the 126 weight class, it's Evan Rosenwald versus Gabe Crenshaw. Rosenwald tries to escape, but Crenshaw lifts Rosenwald up. Panther tries to get out of the hold, but Rosenwald slams him down to the mat. Crenshaw wins this one for Smyrna, 9-6 now. 132, Daniel Nelson of Polytech batting Donnie Smith of Smyrna. Smith able to pin the shoulders to the mat and wins the match. and it's 16-6 now. 157, Giovanni Stock of Polytech battling Billy Wisely, and Wisely lifts Stock off the mat onto his feet, and then the Eagle lifts Stock into the air and takes him down. Wisely wins this one, score 33-9. 165, Jeremiah Watson of Polytech versus Keegan Miller, and Miller able to get the single leg takedown. Miller wins this one for the Eagles, and they're up 39-9, and Smyrna gets this victory overall. Final score 45-26. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 6, we have live NCAA college basketball, men's basketball. That's when Salisbury hosts UC Santa Cruz. And then tune in to the final score at 10:30. Over on the DSN Plus app, we have that Salisbury University game. And then here are your exclusives. 5:30, Bayside Conference, boys basketball when Potomac visits Y-High. Also on the Bayside, we got Cambridge, South Dorchester, and Queen Anne's. 6:30, Henlopen Conference boys basketball. Cape is home with Laurel.
CoastTV is calling all die-hard Eagles fans after the Birds' victory on Sunday. Right now, we're looking for the biggest, most passionate Eagles fans in the community to feature in an upcoming segment. Whether you've been tailgating for decades, have an epic collection of Eagles memorabilia, or have an unforgettable game day ritual, we want to hear your story. And be sure to join us on Saturday for the Delmarva Job Fair. If you're looking for a job, there will be dozens of employers on site at the gym at Delaware Technical Community College in Georgetown. Bring your resume this Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and admission is free.
And the forecast looking good. Cold for the job fair. I'll have that coming up. Right now, clear and cold in Ocean View. 30 on the Gutter Helmet Cam. It's a cold start. It will be a chilly and dry Thursday, and then a rainy and mild Friday. It clears out for the weekend and it stays chilly. I'll track the rain on Futurecast coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
It all started with a food truck. A truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's of Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
The Polar Bear Plunge, benefiting Special Olympics Delaware, is one of the first state's coldest and most beloved traditions. This year, you have 2 exciting ways to take part. Plunge in person in Rehoboth Beach on Sunday, February 2nd, or create your own virtual plunge. Anytime, anywhere, and as cold or not as you want. It's not about how you plunge, it's about why. Support thousands of Special Olympics Delaware athletes. Register now at plungede.org.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at delmarvasportsnetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people are professional and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
The time is now 6:45 and we're going to take a live look outside at Laurel. And Bob, it's been beautiful the past couple of days. We see that beautiful sunrise right there. It's going to be a little bit cooler today, but I think what everyone wants to know, is the weekend going to be as beautiful? What's going on?
I think the weekend will be beautiful, but it will be colder after we have a soaking rain on Friday. We've got the big event coming up as we head into Saturday, the Delmarva Job Fair, and that's at the Delmarva Technical Community College. in Georgetown. So bring your resume. You're going to want to hang on to that resume pretty tightly. It's going to be windy and colder after that rainstorm on Friday. We're looking at mostly sunny skies, upper 30s late morning, and then only topping out into the mid 40s. So a chilly Saturday. And we're actually looking at a chilly day today as well. We're below freezing now. We're only going to warm into the 40s. And then Friday, what starts as a cold rain ends as a milder rain, and it will be heavy at times. It's a yellow alert on Friday. We could see at least an inch of rain at that time. But right now it's cold and frosty. Make sure you have your ice scraper handy. 26 in Delmar, 27 in Georgetown, 26 in Salisbury, 34 in Bethany Beach, 33 in Rehoboth right now, 35 in Ocean City. And the winds are calm or very light, so we're not talking about wind chills or feels like temperatures. As we're looking at clear skies right now, we're quite across Delmarva. And as I've been mentioning all morning, the weather is quiet too around the D.C. area and the Potomac River as search and rescue efforts still continue after last night's plane crash. Now, the weather will cooperate all across the area, the D.C. area, as we have high pressure in place, and for us as well. But things will change with time. You can already start to see increasing clouds farther to the south and west. We're watching a low pressure developing across Texas with heavy rain back into the lower Mississippi Valley. They could be seeing severe weather as we go through the day, but not for us. We're just going to see plain rain as this low tracks to our west and we stay on the mild side of it. So futurecast this morning, it's cold and frosty with 20s and 30s, and we're looking at very chilly conditions really much of the day, upper 30s by noon. Then we go into the mid-afternoon. We're in the 40s, maybe even some places still in the 30s. Clouds increase this evening. The winds start to pick up from the south, and it's cold to start, mid to upper 30s. And at the onset of the precipitation, it should still be just plain rain because we're looking at temperatures in the low 40s around 2:30. And then it's a steady rain as we go into Friday morning. Could be heavy at times as we're looking at 40s and 50s, maybe flooding in poor drainage areas. Keep that in mind. And by noon or shortly thereafter, we're into the 50s. So it's very mild, but it's a wet Friday. It's a washout, and we keep it mild and wet into the evening hours. Looks like one last push of steady to maybe heavy rain Friday evening, and then it does start to clear out later on Friday night into early Saturday. Looks like a good soaker, at least an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter to an inch and a third of rain consistently from Salisbury through Millsboro and for the coastal areas as well. And we're also looking at gusty winds coming in out of the southwest, 25 to maybe 35 miles per hour Friday morning. So it's going to be a wet, windy, and mild Friday on the way as those winds still stay pretty gusty right into Saturday morning. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, dry today, 46, and then that yellow alert Friday for the rain, heavy at times, 57. We cleared out Saturday, but it's chilly, 46, and then it's Groundhog Day on Sunday, 48. We'll have to see what the old groundhog has to say about the remainder of winter. Maybe spring comes early, and it's going to feel like spring Monday, 61, but then it cools down again into the low 50s, staying dry Tuesday into Wednesday.
Thank you, Bob. And speaking of dry conditions, the Delaware Prescribed Fire Council is hosting a free Learn and Burn workshop. This will be tomorrow, January 31st, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Redden State Forest in Georgetown. The event will teach participants about the benefits of prescribed fires, like controlling invasive species and improving soil quality. There will be presentations on fire safety, legal considerations, and smoke management with a live fire demonstration if the weather allows.
If you're looking for a new job, possibly related to roads, or know someone who is, it's your lucky day because Delta is hiring. The agency says it is looking to fill a number of positions throughout the state. And the time is now 6:50, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Lisa, we got Gronendale here. What a great-looking Belgian Black Shepherd. You like that one?
It is a beautiful dog.
It is.
It is a beautiful dog.
Yeah, we have to thank Abby and Lewis. She is the one who sent us this picture. Thank you so much for doing that.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
That's where the QR code is. Scan that, get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It's a clear, calm, and cold morning across the area. Here's the camera and Lewis, the Irish Eyes cam, and the canal is finally not icy anymore. It's just liquid. 35 there. We're looking at a chilly Thursday on the way. Then it's rainy and mild for your Friday. It clears out for the weekend, and it still stays chilly at that time. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
The time is now 6:53, and here are the things you need to know before you go. A search and rescue operation is underway in the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. after a mid-air collision between an American Airlines regional jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. This happened near the Reagan Washington National Airport on Wednesday night. And American Airlines confirmed in a statement that 60 passengers and 4 crew members were on board that plane. And the Black Hawk helicopter had 3 people on board.
Yeah, we'll keep tracking that one throughout the morning. And moving on, the USDA has tips for keeping your Super Bowl food safe. Its Food Safety and Inspection Service says cooked snacks can't be at room temperature for more than 2 hours, and they need to be under 40 degrees or over 140 degrees to prevent foodborne illness. Service recommends using insulated containers to pick up takeout. It suggests bringing out food in stages rather than letting it stay out for the whole game, and the service is also suggesting using a food thermometer and washing hands regularly.
A historic hotel in Ocean City is coming down. Demolition is underway on the Beach Plaza Hotel, which was built back in 1953. There were plans to turn it into a Margaritaville resort, but while town manager Terry McGee confirms there is an approved site plan for that hotel, it is not a Margaritaville branded hotel and no building permit has been submitted for it. While it is just rubble now, a local historian told CoastTV that Beach Plaza used to be a classy destination right there in Ocean City.
Construction bids for the Dewey Beach Town Hall, EMS and police station. The current one is 27 years old, and officials there say it's outdated, and that's why these upgrades are on the way. The new building will be 3 stories with 3 different departments on each floor. Dewey's police force, Sussex County EMS, and all town meetings. It would go just a few feet away from the current town hall. On your screen now, we have the drawing of what would a completed 3-story building would look like. And Dewey Beach officials say between the state and county, they're getting $5 million in taxpayer-funded grants, and the town has over $2 million in reserve. That will go to the project.
The time is now 6:56, so we're going to take a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
And Bob, you're tracking rain for Friday, the final day of January.
Yeah, it's looking like a soaker. No snow, just plain rain, guys, as we head into your Friday. But today we're looking at chilly conditions, and we're looking at the marina right now on the HSB cam in Cambridge, and it looks like it's icing over again, and for good reason, because it's 28 degrees. So we're scraping some of that frost off the car this morning. Leave extra time to do that. Bundle up the kids, warm up the car, because it's a slow climb in temperatures. We do get above freezing probably mid-morning, and it's a cold day. We'll see sunshine and highs only into the mid-40s. Then clouds start to increase as we go into the latter part of the day, and then increasing clouds tonight, and we will see rain developing overnight. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, it's a yellow alert for Friday as we're looking at a high of 57. It's going to be a windy, wet day, probably at least an inch of rain on the way. Could see some flooding, especially in poor drainage areas, but nothing in the way of severe weather or frozen precipitation. Then we do start to clear it out for the weekend. Looking good for the job fair on Saturday. 46 Groundhog Day, Matt Pensick's favorite holiday, or one of them. 48 degrees. We'll have to see what the old prognosticator has to say. Feels like spring on Monday, 61, and then it cools down a little bit into the lower 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. Maybe another rain chance Thursday, then cooling down again into next weekend.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11 a.m.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, go ahead, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.